What up, YouTube? It's a nice saying here, back with another video, and it's gonna be a quick video just about being yourself. Like I said, I don't know, something's fell on my spirit. I just felt like I just had to say something about it. Like I said, I don't know why, but I just want to talk about it for a little bit. Just a drop of relatability. You know, that's the whole point of the really YouTube channel, for real. It's me just to be on here and speak my mind and really just get my truth out, and to really progress with myself. It's like, this is like my whole journey, and I want to treat it as like this is my journey. I want people to learn through me, and I want to learn through people as well. I want to be able to interact with people in the comments and have conversations with people in the comments and all type of stuff, and just be able to really grow and develop myself. And this is my way of doing that. This is a way of me speaking my truth, and this helped me on my spiritual journey and just my regular just progression and evolution as, you know, Kevin, or the night saying, you know, whatever people call me, KD, whatever. It's just the evolution period. And I think being yourself is one of the most underrated things. It's very cliche. People say be yourself, and a lot of people are not themselves. They don't know how to be themselves, and nobody show them how to be themselves. And the true fact is, it's like you're gonna be a copy of somebody else, or you're a copy of your environment. You take up everything from your environment until you can truly become yourself and really start to really experience and live through yourself. And that's very hard to do. Now, some people, even, I know everybody want to act perfect. Everybody want to act like, oh yeah, I've been this way. I just been me my whole life. I always been this perfect of an individual. And like I said, I ain't got no flaws. For the longest time, that was my problem. I always felt like I felt like I was perfect, but I always felt like I was myself. And in many ways, I was myself, but I was always chasing validation. I was always chasing, trying to fit in with people. I was chasing just attention from people, from my peers, even girls. Even though, like I said, girls wasn't paying attention to me back then. But I was definitely chasing for my peers, you know, just male respect and like adoration. Like I said, it's like, that's why I'm alone now. I don't really have a lot of I don't have male friends for real, because it's like, I don't have female friends, but I don't have male friends. It's just where they, you know, they like some true like brothers, you know. It's just because of how I act, and just I'm not the very conventional person. I'm very unconventional. I'm very eccentric. I'm very just odd. I don't know. I've always been like this. Like I said, I was always socially anxious person before the internet really started creating like socially anxious people. So like, let's say the world, like this how they saying the world is now, everybody starting to become really socially anxious. I was like that beforehand, and that was just from my mother's anxiety that I ended up inheriting from her, because I was around her, or whenever she was home I was around her. So I ended up picking that up from her, and my older brothers that I was around ended up picking it up from her too. But that was just something I ended up inheriting. So in many ways, it was really hard for me to even make friends before the side of the internet started to come out, and everybody introverted now. Everybody is, you know, hypersensitive. Everybody is hypersensitive, you know, introverted. Everybody's intuitive. Everybody's like their original person. Everybody wants some individuality, but it's like everybody doing the same thing. It's quite odd. I'm about to say, I don't know. It's contradictory in many cases, and like I said, to me, it just don't make any sense. But the idea of just being yourself, as time goes on, it's like it's getting very. It's like a legend. It's like a fable. Like, it's not even real to be yourself anymore. You know, I think people want to act like, you know, being themselves is something that, you know, they've been doing their whole life and they haven't. I'm about to say, that's how kids don't just wake up one day and just be themselves. I'm about to say, they get it from somewhere. They get inspiration from somewhere, and so you have to start somewhere. And for the longest time, I used to beat myself up over it, because I was always like, I didn't want to be myself. I always wanted to be other people, because my reality was fucked up. It was always all types of twists. It was always twisted, and I thought other people's lives was better than mine, just off of just my own experience. Like I said, I was living in poverty. I think that does something to your mind. It either makes you want to, you know, excel, or it makes you want to just, you know, accept the fact that you are in an inferior position. And in many ways, I was very much both. I want to do better in my life. That's my whole goal in life. I want to, like, I can't see myself dying poor or dying less than what I know I could accomplish. But at the same time, I had this very inferiority complex around my peers at the time. Like boys I went to school with, I always felt that, you know, they was better than me. Like I said, I was very analytical, so I was always looking at people's pros and cons, and I always automatically placed them above me just because of my own poverty. And like I said, and I think I placed poverty on myself in a way where it made me really feel extremely inferior to even, you know, some of my peers that didn't even have money like that, but they were just very cool of a person, you know. So I was always looking at people's traits, material traits, and then even just, you know, internal traits where, you know, like mindsets. And I just didn't have that. I ain't never had no type of positive mindset, and just, you know, I wasn't a charming person. I wasn't charismatic. I was just a very weird individual growing up. Like I said, I wouldn't bet that anybody wanted to be around me at the time. And if I'm being honest, nobody did. And for the longest time, I would resent myself for it. I would really grow to really have a true disdain towards myself. And it's not something that, like I said, it's something that I really try not to go look back at, even though, like I said, I'm gonna have to, but it's something that I really steer clear from, because it pulls a certain amount of anger out of me that I don't like to show. But but I'm getting to the point now, where, take me, I'm on this spiritual journey. I'm trying to understand myself, I'm trying to get a greater grasp of myself, and I'm trying to slowly let the lion out the cage, because that's really what it is. That's how I feel like it is that it's really this intense emotion, whether it's sadness, whether it's anger, anxiousness is all sitting down there. And I'm just so good at being a calm individual and a weak individual at the same time. Like I said, back then I didn't have no backbone, and I just let people just walk all over me. So I would internalize a lot of the emotions I had towards people instead of just letting it out, whether it caused good or bad things to happen. That's how I was. So in many ways, I would always be trying to keep control. And I think that's one thing I can say I've done pretty well, is keep some type of control and not allow people to really just knock me off my square and just take my life wherever they want to take it. But on the back end of that, I'm always, you know, trying to, on the back end of that, I'm not expressing myself, and all those emotions are just getting suppressed, and they're just getting powerful and powerful the longer I let them sit. So I'm at this stage now where, like I said, I'm trying to slowly open the jar and let my emotions out little by little, because I'm not trying to let all of it come out. And whoever's around, like I said, that's collateral damage. Whoever, like I said, anybody can get it. It's if it comes out, like I said, and I hurt somebody that I actually care deeply about, it's in my mind, it's control is, I understand it's things I can't control, but I think that's the one thing I should have an understanding and a grasp on, is my emotions. And my control, and just me understanding that I should never be able to express that and hurt somebody just because that's how I feel. Like I said, I think people, like I said, nowadays, they just think they can just act out and just do it. Like I said, becoming myself has been something way easier to do just because of, you know, cutting out all the distractions and really starting to meditate and really sit with my mind and sit with my trauma, sit with what I've been through. Is that the longer you sit, just the more that you realize about yourself, you start to understand that, you know, maybe it was this way or a certain way, and you shouldn't, you know, it's time to let go of a lot of shit that, you know, don't serve you no more. And it's relieving, but it's very hard to do. Let's say letting go is hard. Like I said, people attached to their suffering. I would say, you know, like I said, I don't deny that at all. Like I said, it's been many times where I would always, you know, accept me being treated wrong because of it allowed me to feel a certain way. And at times, even now, every now and then, I feel that way where I just allow myself to be mistreated. And it's not just from you know, maybe just, you know, let's say a job. I think that's a more common way. Like I said, I'm very much, like I said, a job is a job. I think I treat my job as a step. I'm well, shit, I'm working here for a reason. Like I said, they're gonna do this, and guess what? That's gonna be their ass when I leave. And like I said, I don't take jobs seriously that way. Like I said, I know where I'm going. And like I said, years from now, I'm gonna be gone doing what I'm meant to be doing while they still here working this job. Miserable, you know. So that's why, like I said, I play the long game with that. But at the same time, it comes a point in time where your feelings need to be expressed and you can't just hold it back. And just being yourself needs to, you can't live a lie. Like I said, living a lie is gonna be something that will kill you inside. People live a lie. I think that's why people kill themselves. A lot of them be unhappy. A lot of them just be, suffering. And a lot of them just be living lies. And like I said, and like I said, I lied to people growing up, lied to girlfriends, mamas, daddies, friends. Like I said, because I just don't like people knowing who I am and just really who I am and really see me for who I am in my heart. And I'm very much scared of that. I have a fear towards that. And so, and this me being myself, I'm scared for people to see who I truly am. And it's not that it's a crooked person, it's just like I'm very fragile of a person. It's like I'm very, not fragile, but soft. And not soft in like a bad way, but I'm just very sensitive. And it's like people don't know how to handle sensitive people. People always claim that they sensitive and all, like people want, I'm very loving of an individual. And I don't like that I have to live in a world where I have to be, for me to be this loving individual, I gotta be the strong individual. And that's the way, like I said, I be getting mad at it sometimes. I'm like, Kevin, you a man. What the fuck else? What else do you got? Shit. So I was like, I gotta fight with it. I gotta accept it. And if I'm being honest, I'm happy that I have to accept that. It's an honor to have to accept that. And because like I said, without that, I'm not gonna really make anything. I'm not gonna do anything good in my life. It's like the idea of just people that get hurt. Like I said, the people that show like immense like loving and just just very happy for people and just want the best for people, they experience very low depths, like very low lows. And it's like, for people to be able to do that, you have to reach a certain bottom of a low to be able to just express love and just be able to give it and just give it until you ain't got nothing left. But of course, in reality, that's unhealthy. But it's like, that's just how the psychology of it goes. It's like, you can't be this high of a person without reaching this low of depth, like this low of a position. So I think I take that like with a badge of honor. Just always, my sensitive self is that I'm very much caring. I'm a caring individual. I can't turn my caring off and on. It's hard for me to do that. I'm about to say, people can do that in an instant. And I think that's just because they don't have any soul. Like I said, they don't have a soul in their body. And their soul is somewhere else. Maybe someone else got their soul. Who knows? Like I said, but that's not who I am. And being myself is like something that, of course, like I said, like probably a couple minutes ago, that it's just been easier to do because, I'm turning more inward and I'm just starting to really understand that a lot of this shit just don't matter. And a lot of this mundane stuff don't matter. And you would rather have peace with yourself and, than to be trying to, follow and just be in the crowd and just be accepted. So yeah, if you like the video, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all later. Thank you.